at. There's no at Meat Sweats.
So just
There should be an at Meat Sweats, but my social media guy
What's your Instagram?
slacks on that shit.
Listen, buddy, you took over social media. You just started posting shit without me.
I just post and I told you to share it.
I was like, you know what? Bill's got the social media game down. He feels like he can take this over, and so
what are you even talking? What are you even talking about?
I love you. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that I've said so far. Jesus Christ, Bill.
Yo,
are you hearing shit?
Hate keeping up with social media, especially now that I'm like split between tattooing and photos and stuff. It's like, man, and I had a personal account. I had to take it off because I can't.
So now you have twice as much shit that you have to fucking post.
Photo, and it's like I'm trying to keep up with like so many different people for so many different things.
Yeah, I don't really even do it. I've kind of snapped on it and just like really pulled back from the social media thing. And even as much to where don't even like put up like I used to do like make like one or two Twitter jokes a day, like one-liners a day, and just hold yourself to making those, like because like just to write.
Twitter is the one that I can't get behind Twitter.
Why? What do you got against Twitter?
It's just, dude, everything on Twitter is horrible. The format is not. I mean, it's not bad, but like the content on there, I can't go anywhere without like. Just sheer utter craziness, and it's like I already feel crazy. I don't need to read all this.
Twitter is really just an insane headspace in and of itself.
Yeah, like, I pulled back from Twitter too because
I don't read Twitter.
I don't read Twitter either.
Or like Reddit, like.
Yo, I've had Twitter for 8 years now, and I think I have like 100 followers on there. Really? Like literally the same account.
I mean, I'll keep going through these stages where you do the add as many people as you can to get as many ad backs and try to build that. But
yeah, I don't.
But I just get sick of that shit too. I was like, this is a dumb game. I don't like this game.
I don't like it either.
I would love to drop Instagram, Facebook, all of it.
All of it.
The work that I'm in. You
can't.
That's how. Yeah, that's.
It's the same thing with stand up. Like people got to know who you are, know where to find you, type deal.
And that's the place where I find like
you're selling yourself at that point, like with an art form.
People don't like get up and walk into tattoo shops anymore to like check out the work. You know.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
lazy. Exactly, they're lazy. You're gonna get like. I mean, you get turned on to an artist by their work that they put online, you know, because if you don't see it there, then you're just like, well, this guy ain't doing shit. Same thing with stand-up. Like, you don't see someone with bits online, like, this guy ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see them, like, producing some form of content. Like, they ain't doing shit. So that's honestly what the sweat is a response to, not, like, doing shit. And
this is literally
a very lazy response.
This is the least amount that we could do.
We're doing it right now, right?
We're doing it right now. We're in.
The laziest shit we can do is just like, hey, let's just have conversations.
Let's just talk with people.
Like.
And then so we've been. This is Travis. Say the last name again.
Meisenzahl,
also known as Juicebox. Yeah. Also known as dude that's
Yo soy.
Like laid lines into my arm with a tattoo needle.
Engraved. I've hurt you for a while.
He has hurt me for a while. That was a really painful ass tattoo because it was like super
up by the armpit.
Yeah, super soft skin.
Ouch.
And I'm a chubby boy, so it's just
Bill,
even more like tissue paper.
You're big boned. You're a big boned lad,
buddy. That doesn't work. I know you're trying to make yourself feel
like
good in these
tattooing
statements right now. But tattooed a water balloon once. Yeah, pretty much.
It's like tattooing a water.
I bet, man. Bled like a piggy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, my little boy.
There's a little bleeder that day.
But you got a sweet looking armpit.
I do. I have a really sweet looking armpit. My armpit's dope as fuck.
I just have a regular armpit.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy. I bet it's nice on its own rights.
Yeah, it's not bad as
Couple
far as
skin
armpits
tags,
go.
you know.
No skin tags.
It's
very
clean.
You don't have any armpit tattoos, and he has a few. His head's done. His all like you have is your back done?
I have a small one on my right shoulder blade, but it's man, it only takes up my shoulder blade. I have a whole lot of open back space.
I was hoping you were gonna say you had a small one just above your pant line.
No, yeah, it says "Daddy's little bitch" above my butt crack. Well, we won't talk about that.
I'm just turning you up a little bit.
Sorry, I'm a mumbler.
No, it's not your fault. It's just you gotta really like that's what we need to. We need Matt to upgrade Matt's the bankroll of the Meat Sweats podcast, and he just hasn't upgraded the equipment yet.
Yeah.
He makes all the
mean,
money.
Matt's
you know?
poor. We're gonna go ahead and
This
throw
is
it out.
He's got
fancy, though,
3
honestly.
mouths to feed and a Meat Sweats podcast to fund.
All before I feed this own mouth.
It's a big mouth.
Everyone else
It's
eats
a lot of
first.
responsibility.
It
what
is.
happens.
It's Spider-Man level of responsibility.
My spidey senses are tingling so bad right now. They're giving me constipation.
You still not good that way?
Oh! I shit my pants twice the other night.
Did you really?
You want to talk about
Two in a
that?
night?
2 in a night.
Two in a
That's
night.
exciting.
2 in a
Twofer.
That's
I
a new
went-
You ever had a
New
twofer?
record. Me?
No. Just once? Just a one shot.
Man.
I went out drinking with a friend who I hadn't seen in a long ass time. And around 2:30 in the morning, after we had drank I don't know how many pitchers, I walked home because I lived a fucking mile away. It's just I'm gonna fucking walk home.
Drinking downtown Gilbert then.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Champions. We were at
Yo, I
Champions.
just moved right there.
Did you?
Gilbert and Guad. What up?
That's right where I
off
live.
Juniper.
I live in Juniper. I live off those townhouses right
at you
behind.
guys. You
us.
guys
So I
could
live,
go-
in,
you
I
guys
live in
could
the
go
really
shit
old
your pants
neighborhood
drunk
right next to
together.
the townhouses.
Okay.
Well, temporarily.
Listen, we're gonna go to Champions and shit
Yo,
our
I'm
pants
down.
when we walk home.
I am down.
I got halfway home,
And shit your
halfway
pants.
home, and it was like, "Oh, this does not feel good." And I just stopped
How
for a
far?
second.
How far from home were you when you actually shit your
like
pants?
half a mile.
Damn. So that's a.
You're within a mile of home.
I had to walk a half mile with pants full of shit.
Full of it.
Full of shit. I just blasted the bag. And I'm fucking hammered drunk. And so then I get home and I was like, I still have to shit. Like, it's not all the shit.
No, man.
And so I sit down and finish shitting, and there was a
that's-
lot of
that's
shit.
brutal.
And then I looked
Shower?
I looked at the toilet, and I had just destroyed the toilet. The toilet was just covered.
Yeah,
And I was like, fuck, all right, I'm
I
going to
would
clean
just
this
burn
up.
the whole house down.
I'm going to
You
clean this
should
up.
have. You should have burned
I
the
should
house
have
down.
been. No, I took my pants off and like some shit just like slang across the
Oh,
tile
no!
floor. No, seriously, it was insane. And so I cleaned it all up. I'm fucking hammered. I take a shower. I smoke some weed. I pass out on the couch. I wake up. There's more. I wake up. I go back to the bathroom. I have to get my clothes and wash them because I need my clothes for fucking work. I'm cleaning
These are work
everything up.
clothes that you shit in.
Yeah. And I still smell shit. I can't figure out why I'm still smelling shit. I jump in the shower and I'm like, oh, I still have poop on my butt. And then I look in the shorts I was wearing. It's like I, at some point, apparently while I was passed out, shit again while I was asleep on the couch.
Wait, you
So-
shit, you
So
shit in
he
your
shit
sleep.
while he was sleeping.
I shit while I was asleep.
Shit asleep.
I fucking sleep
Oh,
shit.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Oh.
So to answer your question, I'm
I
having
think
more
you're
movement
good.
now.
I think you're good.
It's things are a little
Oh,
blown
Matt.
out.
Working
Yeah.
again.
Oh, pop pop.
Working again for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least like I've been feeling like I have high blood pressure. And I need to go like get on some blood pressure meds right now, which has been a scary thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it.
Yo, I always feel like I have high blood pressure because my veins are like always so bulgy and prominent. And then I go to the doctor and they're like, "You have really low blood pressure."
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've gone the last couple times I've gone. They've said like, no, it's on the high side, and definitely it's like 135 over 85, which isn't good, you know. But I think it's like I drink too much caffeine. Like I don't know about you guys, but I drink fucking.
Oh, dude.
I'm sure you don't sleep
I
enough.
have a
I've
coffee
had 3
problem.
lattes today,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Such
like
a
32
coffee
ounce
problem.
coffee rush. What up?
Yeah, I'm sure you're not
Ugh.
sleeping,
No.
which will contribute to having high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The caffeine does it as well. The booze doesn't fucking help.
The booze it's supposed to keep your blood flowing.
Fuck that. No, that's not. It's not. You can't use poison as science.
Come
you can't be
on,
like, oh,
red
poison."
wine a day,
No,
glass
that's
of
not
red wine.
fucking real. None of that shit's real.
Great.
And
Good for
then you
Need
probably
the
have a
antioxidants.
fucking terrible diet.
I do. Yeah.
If you started with committing to getting 7 hours of sleep 5 nights a week,
'Kay.
that's it, you would start to notice a very distinct difference in a lot of things, especially how you feel, which would allow you to cut back on the coffee.
Would it bring my boners back?
It would probably bring your boners back because what's happening is you have to sleep for a certain amount for certain hormones to be generated in your body that your body needs to fucking feel like you're not dying.
Yeah, I guess.
So-
I feel like I'm dying.
Which is
for
crazy
sure.
because I got a really bad diet.
Yeah.
And I smoke a lot of cigarettes. I
Yeah.
drink a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
I smoke a lot of weed and drink beer and generally don't take care of myself. I sleep maybe 4 hours a night on average, probably.
Yeah.
I'm like
But
5.
it's like, I've never been healthier.
Yeah.
Really? Fuck, I
Seriously,
can't
yeah,
say
it's so
that.
weird,
I
it's
feel
so
like
weird.
I'm dying.
But it's shit because like dude, I eat more than anybody I know. I eat and I eat and I eat. But it's
I
like,
eat a lot too.
dude. Like Taco
where
Tuesday,
90%
I'll go
of my
eat 10
shit
tacos,
goes.
but then I lose like 5 pounds the next day, and it's fucked
Wow.
up. I'm like, dude, I can't gain weight to save my life. I couldn't gain a fucking pound if my life depended on it. Dude.
I wish I
crazy.
could be him.
I'm
I wanna
like
be
I'm
him.
like 6'5" and 140.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not into that.
Me neither.
Like, not that I'm not, not that it's fucking gross, but not that I
know
want
you-
that.
no,
like,
yeah,
I prefer being 300 pounds and 6 feet tall than I would to being a fucking.
Well, I'm 5'4", so being 240 pounds just kind of makes you look a little.
Well, Bill, you're a
barrel-like.
fat piece of shit. I
Yeah.
mean, I was alluding to this earlier. I was trying to be nice about it, but you forced my hand, and I have to call it now.
Hey, everybody gets to watch your side profile as you sit there. not
Oh no,
mine.
I know it's nothing
This
pretty.
is a pot calling the kettle black
and
right here.
and with the beard and the hair, it just makes it look fucking worse.
Yeah.
It makes me look. I look in the mirror sometimes. And I look like Harry in the fucking Hendersons. I look like the fucking Sasquatch. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Your forehead's not big enough. You don't
thanks,
have
buddy.
you don't have that Sasquatch 6 head.
I appreciate you.
Harry had a big fucking forehead.
He did?
Man. He was that was a poorly done costume.
How dare you?
It was.
I loved
It
that
was. It was
costume.
Did you guys
awful.
see my Halloween costume?
No.
What would you go as for Halloween?
My apprentice. Well, he's no longer my apprentice, but we went as Tina and Louise Belcher.
Oh,
from Bob's
really?
Burgers.
Oh, that is awesome.
We were both in.
No, I did see it, and it
Yeah.
was actually pretty good. I
Dude.
remember it now.
Man.
I remember. Yeah, no, it was really legit.
You know how many bitches we got on Halloween in a skirt?
Probably a lot.
Like 6 at least.
That's
It
great.
was sick, dude.
That's great.
I mean, we had to go to like 13 different parties, but it's cool. It's cool.
It's a good average.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's
So-
I mean,
Dad-
like 3 of them were really fat, and 1 was a midget. But you know,
Hey, one midget is tantamount to 2 women, in my opinion, because that's an oddity. Like you get a midget or an amputee in the mix.
Ooh.
You know, like imagine having like a hot amputee.
If someone shows up
Man.
with a stub, like,
get a
I
nubbin?
learned a couple months ago at the tattoo shop. Nugget porn, dude.
Nugget porn.
Girls with no arms and no legs.
really.
There's probably a few of those these days. There's been a lot of major wars.
Man,
There's been a lot of landmines that were never picked up.
Yep.
We
mean-
just left them there, so someone's bound to find them.
that's got to be a hard like.
It's a tough market to be in.
Yeah, man.
Just getting jelly beaned all across the room by a dude. Just some BBC running in on you. You
See-
can't do nothing to defend yourself against that man.
In my head, here's what I go to: just the logistics
like,
of trying to get
Do the worm
around.
away, you know?
Like she has to have someone just carry her around to all her
Oh yeah, that's
porn
what I'm
sets.
saying. Like that's a hard life to live already, but if, like finding somebody like that who wants to like. be
Did
in
you guys
porn-
ever see? There used to be a cartoon. It was called I want to say it was the Oddballs.
yeah,
It had to be the Oddballs. The
yeah.
dad
Will
did-
Ferrell did a voice on
Yeah,
it.
the dad didn't have any arms or legs, and he
Yeah.
hopped around on his ass, and then he like drove with
Was
his
it the
teeth.
oblongs?
I think it was
Pretty sure it was.
It was oblongs or oddballs. One of the two.
I think it was the oblongs.
I think it was the oblongs, but wasn't it spelled with 2 O's or something?
Yeah, it was something weird.
Anyway,
Oblong.
that's what I imagined.
yeah.
Just her jumping around like that, just hobbling around, walking on her butt.
Here's like
I would just have a skateboard, dude.
I
Right?
want
that. Well, how would you push yourself?
With like a paddle in your mouth.
I'd want like a custom like
Just have to get
saddle
some
where I
sick
could ride an
neck
animal.
muscles.
You know what I mean? Like get a big ass fucking dog
Just ride it.
and just get a mastiff and just fucking ride a mastiff around, and that's how I got places. Why can't I do that?
I would fuck that. I would want just like a mecha suit. You know, I would be like at DARPA
Yeah, at
every
that
day.
point, just
now-
stick electrodes in my brain and give me like one of those transformer dudes.
Now you guys are just being ridiculous.
No way,
You know,
dude. Have you seen all the new shit from
I was just-
that DARPA's cooking up?
I was just trying to ride a fucking dog around, and you guys go and ruin it. Like, well, then we're gonna be robots.
Android, bro. Dude,
We're
that's
gonna
I'm
coming.
gonna go
shoot
fight a
you.
war in Japan.
It's coming.
We're gonna have
It's
missiles on our suits, and you're just gonna have a stupid dog,
Yeah,
and
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
blow
kill
your
you.
stupid fucking dog up. No, we won't kill you.
I've played this
We'll
game
just
before.
blow your dog up.
fuckers.
We'll shoot
Okay?
your dog in the head in front of you. just like the cops do when they bust a medical marijuana dispensary. It's like every time they do, there's always a dog shot in the head.
Man,
Normally a pit bull, just capped.
it's crazy how many dogs the police have shot, and it's been like I've read articles where it's like some tiny little dog, and they'll just like straight
They
cap
just
it before they
straight
even
kill
like,
the dog.
Look at it, dude. They're just
Boom.
You know what I think is crazy?
Love to kill
the amount of
dogs.
black people that they kill. Am I right?
for real.
I mean, yeah. I want to say it's more dogs though.
No, dude. You know,
Probably more dogs.
That's probably.
you guys want to
is
hear a
what it
funny
is.
story about cops? So we have a really good reputation at the tattoo shop, and so we get a lot of like law enforcement and stuff. And I've tattooed a few, and usually, sorry, I've been mumbling. Usually they'll come in and like we already know who they are and stuff. Well, this guy came in for one of the tattooers that we no longer had with us. He'd moved to a different shop. I was like, oh, well, I can take care of you. We set up an appointment. He gets there. And in my tattoo room, I have banners, stickers. I have a pot leaf framed up on my wall, a banner literally that's draped across the ceiling, big as fuck, that says, "Let's get baked." And
typically he smokes weed during
the
entirety.
appointment, I will tell them, hey, I'm going to go take a dab. Hey, I'm going to go smoke a bowl real fast, whatever, walk out back.
Which is fine because I'd rather his hand didn't shake, you know? Like,
I mean, either way. But, you know, I tell them that, you know, nobody ever even questions it. Nobody ever has taken it the wrong way or taken offense to it,
No.
luckily. But so tattooing the other day, hey, I'm going to go back and smoke a quick bowl. I'll be right back. Okay, da-da-da. And I come back in and they're kind of like a little quiet, you know, and every once in a while you get someone who doesn't talk much. And it's this guy and his wife, and his wife's this like little blonde soccer mom. And he's just this like muscly kind of cool guy, you know. They're both really polite, really kind of quiet. So I'm trying to like talk, you know, because he's going to be there for a minute. So I'm like making conversation. I'm like, so, you know, like telling him the story about edibles. And I'm like, have you ever ate an edible? And he's like, no, I've never smoked. And I'm like, oh, man. I was like, well, you should. And, you know, kind of thing. And I was just joking around with him. And it's like, yeah, man, honestly, I just love weed. Like, I'm never not smoking. It's just my normal, you know? And I'm just, like, going in. It was a weird day. And they kind of get all quiet, and I get kind of quiet, and it's all awkward. I'm like, so what do you do? He's all, for work? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, I'm a Mesa police officer. I was like, oh. I was like, no wonder you don't smoke, huh? I was like, well, I still think you should smoke, though. and we're talking. And
we do need more boys in blue smoking the green.
for real, I feel like it would like make life
The
a lot.
stress.
It'd make a lot more sense probably in law enforcement. I don't know.
The introspection.
You have a lot
know?
more compassion for people.
Absolutely.
Yo, I turned to his wife though, and I go, so what do you do? She goes, the same thing. His wife was a cop too, dude.
Ooh.
And she was like this tiny little like blonde chick. I don't know.
There's
It's so
something
weird.
about
Yeah.
chick cops. So there was this one time I was coming out of a comedy club, and it was in Scottsdale. It was when Stand Up Scottsdale moved from the old Anderson's Fifth Estate building to the hotel.
Right.
Like, there used to be this hotel, the Days Inn in Scottsdale, that had a room called the Speakeasy, and then it evolved into, and then Stand Up Scottsdale took it over. Anyway, I'm coming out of there, and this dude had pulled over from Scottsdale Road into the hotel parking lot, and then gotten out of his car, and he's touching his chest. And so I like looked at him like, all right, you need an ambulance. And I laid him out in the hood of his car, and I started doing like light chest compressions. He was still conscious, but it was just, you know. And the cops came, and the chick cop shows up.
Yeah.
She straight up has a mustache. Homeboy, I'm still in. I'm
God.
into this woman, and I'm sitting there telling her about, you know, like, yeah, I gave him chest compressions, everything like that. She's like, all right, yeah, we'll get the ambulance is on its way. And I'm just like, so what are you doing later after that? Like, what time does your shift get over? And she's just like, all right, so you can leave now. She's just so fucking mad.
She's like, I'm going home to my wife.
Probably.
Yeah.
She could have fucked me up too, because I was pretty high. Like, and I was like getting in the car to leave, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She's like, I'll let him slide. He just
Feel bad. I me too to a chick cop. Not really. I mean, I didn't
I don't
touch her.
think that's
It's not me too.
not,
I
not
think
quite
that's
that bad, but
No.
I think that's. I mean, that's how people meet.
I know, right?
Is by doing shit
I don't
like
know.
that.
Like-
See, I'm scared to
Life
do shit like
happens.
that. Actually,
but that's not creepy.
I know, but like I just like in my head now, it's creepy to me that I did it.
It's not.
You know?
You were just like you saw
scared.
You saw someone you were attracted to.
Very much so.
And
I was overlooking a mustache.
And this is probably the only chance you ever had to meet this person. And you were like, you know what I'm gonna do?
took my shot.
I'm gonna make a comment. I
gonna-
wouldn't even call that a shot, dude. You like bounced it a couple times.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
no,
you're right.
Like I'm gonna try to.
Shot would have
I'm
been
gonna-
like, hey, we should go get food sometime.
I
you
tried
know?
to pass it
Yeah.
when I should have shot it.
You're like,
You
oh,
know?
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna show her my cool dribbling skills.
Yeah.
And she was like,
She's
dude,
like, get out of here! You're not a Harlem
traveled.
Globetrotter.
You traveled.
I'm
Yeah.
into fucking shot scorers, buddy.
Right?
Okay, not fucking
She
fancy
dates
ass little
other
dribblers.
cops, shoot guns.
Yeah. That's not. Yeah, Bill. Don't beat yourself up. That's just what people do. Okay. Before we had this Tinder and Bumble, we actually had to
Holy
take a
shit.
fucking chance.
All right, you want to hear about my Tinder experience?
Yes, please.
Is the camera rolling again? Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. So the one time I had Tinder, right? I was like, oh, cool. This should be cool. I'm gonna fucking get Tinder. You know, man. First of all, it was a nightmare. It was like a ghost town for me because all this I got going on or whatever. But I got a couple messages on there, and they're all revolving around tattoo because it'll like say what you do, right?
Right.
It was like, so what do I have to do for a free tattoo? Like shit
Oh,
like that, you know? I'm like, I
I'm
don't
sure
know, find
there's
somebody
a
to
lot of
tattoo
that.
you for free. Fuck, like this is
I'm
not
sure
why I'm
there was
here.
I'm sure
Dude, it
there's
was
a lot of
bad, so I got rid of it, and here we are, single, lonely.
I mean, I'm still on it and single, lonely. Like it's stupid. It's all stupid, and because like I am genuinely afraid of that interaction. The asking, like meeting a person randomly and asking them out. Like I'm genuinely afraid of that interaction.
Well, here's what you do. You fucking flirt from across the bar. You do that.
Show
for
me
a
how
while.
to do this, Matt. Can you teach? Can you?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
do it like this.
Throw it down. Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah?
So I'm just sitting here and we're talking, we're having a conversation, and out of the corner of my eye, I see something attractive, and I look over. And what I'll do is I'll keep looking over and wait to catch your eyes. And once I catch your eyes, I'll be able to tell at that point whether you want me to keep catching your eyes or if you're starting to blatantly ignore me. Then at that point, you can go over there and make a move because they want to know more at that point.
Who is this man of mystery?
Damn, I had that moment in a bar the other night.
Yeah.
I had that moment.
Then you go over to that person and you introduce yourself and be like, hey, can I buy you a drink? Or hey, my name's Bill. Or like, hey, don't say, hey, I have a fat cock. You know, don't.
I would never, Matt.
Yes, you would.
No,
Bill.
I
You know it's a
wouldn't.
lie.
Yes,
Why
you
would I
would.
say that?
Matt, why would I do
Don't
that?
fucking
I would
don't,
never
you
do
don't
that.
say that to the nice lady.
I would
Not only
never
is it
say
short,
that to
but
the
boy,
nice
is it
ladies.
skinny.
Yeah, that's how you kind of gauge interest first, so that you're not going in
Listen,
fucking blind.
Matt's like my hitch right now.
Oh, buddy, like, listen, I can tell you so many different moves.
Matt's got the moves.
I do.
The moves.
Why don't you be?
I'm very
you
skilled.
need to start like fuck cults. Like you just need to start like a love guru service.
I could do that.
Guru Matt.
I could totally do that. I could totally get into the guru
Do you know
mindset.
how to do you know how to roll a turban?
Oh fuck, dude, we have YouTube. I can just
Yeah, I
YouTube
was
that
about to
shit.
say YouTube University.
Actually, that is real. Like you ever try to do the ultimate like shirt folding technique from Japan?
No.
That you can learn on YouTube.
Yo, I saw that.
It's like
Is
you
that the one with the fucking cardboard that you go pop pop pop
No,
pop pop?
you just
No, they
put-
grab
you-
it in two places.
two places and it folds into a
folded.
perfect square.
They just lift it up, dude. Boom, boop, and it's like
Here's my theory.
fucking
I
Jap-
tried
this is
for
Japanese.
hours.
Laundry origami
I tried
up
for
in here.
hours to do it.
See, what happened after World War II is we said you guys aren't allowed to have an army anymore or any kind of military, and
Yeah.
then they just all was like, okay, let's fold shirts weird,
Yeah,
and let's make
I
computers.
feel like they had that. The computers thing was for real, but
let's make really good cars.
I mean, yeah, they had pretty good planes and everything too.
They did.
like for World War II.
They did. They weren't good enough though.
No, they weren't.
They weren't good
we were
enough.
still cranking it. We were still able to crank out more and better.
shit.
Did you imagine like being in that time though, and like be a factory worker?
I would have gotten gangrene and died by now.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, cat scratch. It would
Something.
have happened. I'm dead.
Yeah. I'm sure I would have been shipped off to war and killed.
Yeah,
You know
they
what I
wouldn't
mean?
they wouldn't have sent me. What am I gonna do?
Oh, they totally would have sent you.
They would've sent me.
They wouldn't have
everybody
sent me
back then.
because I'm my family's only son.
They still would have sent you.
Yeah, so what? Back then they didn't give a fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Damn. Vietnam they cared a little bit more, but back in World War II, they're like,
Damn.
They just sent.
You're all
everybody-
going.
They just sent everybody.
you're all
I
going.
mean, I'm too scrawny for war, dude. What's up?
right.
Listen, you have the perfect warrior's body right now. Okay. I don't know who you're trying to fool. Can't fool me. You know what I was thinking the other day?
I'm perfect for trench war.
You're
Hobbit
you're,
warfare.
You're perfect for digging holes really deep into the earth and mining diamonds and
Why diamonds?
ores, because that's what dwarves do. They get ores and diamonds and gems, and then they hoard them, and then a dragon will come and murder your whole family.
Damn dragons.
But you know, that's
Damn
what dragons do.
fire-breathing lizards. Sons of bitches.
like
Anyway,
dragons.
what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was thinking about the nuclear bombs that we dropped on Japan.
Fuck dropping them on Japan. We dropped them on New Mexico.
No, but
Like,
like
to test them.
No,
make
but
sure
we
got
like
them right.
dropped them on cities in Japan and just like yes,
Well,
There were,
it's
there were
crazy.
humans under
so
the
many
one in
people.
Japan.
But then like that's the thing, like Japan was fucking up so bad that nobody said shit about it.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, "Hey, you probably shouldn't have done that."
Yo, imagine if that happened in like 2018. What like a shit show the whole world would just like shut down.
Oh my
and
god!
into.
And you know what's even fucking crazier is we're on like constant verge of that, like with the way relations are between like India and Pakistan.
Oh yeah,
It's like
dude.
they constantly have nukes pointed at each other.
Well, and people don't realize like how much that would affect
That's
our
and it's a
our
powder
side of
keg.
the world too. You know,
Oh, it really would because it fucks up the ozone completely.
Oh, not even that. If you
just politically and
That too.
politically, but if you just go to a supply chain, like viewpoint, like taking India and Pakistan out, like what the rest of the world all of a sudden has to do
Oh yeah.
to realign to take over all those stupid fucking jobs that
make
are
up for
in
that
India.
offset. Yeah,
There's like all of a sudden it's like that is a huge hit to the supply chain that's now a global supply chain.
Yep.
Where you have like these new leaders who are like, no, we're going back to an isolationist thing. It's like you can't. It's not possible.
It's not everybody.
Your
there's-
country is
there's pee in the
so
pool.
fucking reliant. And it's like, oh, we make our own oil, and it's like it's cheaper to ship the oil we make somewhere else than it is to ship it to the other side of the country. It's like there's all these different, very specific, finely tuned pieces of economy running the supply chains of the world. And if one fucking country gets a nuke dropped on it,
Done.
everything else goes in fucking insane.
It's a house of cards. That's why they wrote that show.
Thanks. That's good. I like that, Bill. That's
Analogies.
That's not why they wrote that show.
No, it's not. That's
It's about something completely different.
yeah, but I mean, it could be about the Earth.
About Kevin Spacey's obsession with young boys.
yeah,
Ooh.
man, Kevin Spacey. You
At
know,
least-
I've
at least he
always
got
thought he
that
was
out.
one of the creepiest dudes. I
He
don't
is
know
creepy,
why
right?
he's just like always giving me this like make
I
me
always-
itchy kind of thing.
I
like,
always thought he was too, but I always thought it was like
his
acting.
character. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was really. It's funny
I don't
because
know.
he
He
was
always has a
acting when he was being
predatory
nice.
thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you ever like watch him at any of like the award shows or anything, he's always just like beady eyed. He's like a little rat, dude. Just like
I guess
you know, like
I've never paid attention to him outside of just the movies and just being like, that's he's good in this movie. I think he's a
Yeah.
good actor. And then
Good
it's
at being fucking cast as a psychopath.
yo, he's really
absolutely.
good. What's that movie? 21.
21.
where
Man,
he plays
I-
a fucking manipulative
the
fucking
professor?
psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. He did good, but like, man,
just playing himself.
yeah,
That's why he was so good in House of Cards because he
Yeah.
was just playing a fucking
Makes
monster.
sense.
And it's like, oh, I do this every day. I am a monster.
I think
Like,
that half everybody's half a monster, like in some way, shape, or
half a
form.
monster. What do you mean half a monster?
I don't know. Like there's some things where you're just
one side of you is a monster, the other side's normal.
yeah. Like I don't know. I think people can I think anybody can flip that road. Like it doesn't have to
So-
just be like these people that grew up crazy or anything like that. Like anybody can flip that switch.
Right.
You know, there can be something that happens to somebody that makes them do it.
Yeah, it's called trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma happens all the time. Sometimes trauma happens when we're little kids.
I guess so. That's
Yo,
what I'm
I don't
trying to
even
say.
really
It's
have a
like-
whole lot of trauma, but I feel like I'm crazy lately, dude. I've been meeting all these people, and they look like people I've already met, like to the point of where it's paranoid me enough to show other people pictures of both the people I'm talking about, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
That's weird.
Yeah, dude. And it's like I feel like the Matrix is breaking, kind of thing. You know, I feel like I've been going insane, bro. Like,
We live in a really insane world right now.
it's so weird,
and
dude.
it's really hard not to let it seep into
Yeah,
your
I
everyday
feel like I'm
life.
going crazy sometimes. Like,
I feel like I'm going
even just
crazy
on the
all time.
smallest little coincidental like levels, like things that aren't even big, but they're just happening so often that I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So you've been meeting people that are similar to other people?
No, so check this out. All right, so
Are they actually lizards?
they might be
wearing
dude,
the
that,
skin
yo, because like
of other
so,
human
and it's all
beings.
people that like I knew like years ago, and then like I'm meeting new people, right? So this like chick that I take photos of looks, dude, cheeks, eyes, everything looks like a brunette version of one of my old really good friends, and like I was tripping out on it, and I showed my friend like ironically like, yo, look at this, isn't this crazy? And he was like, oh whoa, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then I met this chick at this bar in Tempe, right? And she looks exactly like, dude, exactly like this girl I dated in high school, except with different hair. And I tripped out, and I showed the same guy a picture, and he's like, oh, that's weird. Like, that's so crazy. Like, dude, I'll show you sometime. It's nuts. And it's happened like 5 or 6
It's
different
like
times
deja
now.
people.
Yo, it's like a group of like a group of like 5. Yeah, dude, for real. And it's like it's been so weird, and I feel like
Deja booty.
I'm like, you guys are
'Cause
just
it's always
using the same
women.
faces over and over. No, one of them's like this
One of
dude
them's
that
a dude?
I knew. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I knew a long time ago, and it was like it's weird.
So he's a 2 on a Kinsey scale.
dude.
Just kidding.
I'm a fucking 4 on a Kenzie scale. I don't know who Kenzie is, but like, dude, seriously, I feel like I'm going like it's
Oh,
been
Kinsey scale is like, how gay are you?
okay. Maybe a 5 then. I don't know.
All right. All right.
halfway.
Um,
I'm halfway gay.
You brought up you'd had an apprentice. What is that like? Like having like and in tattooing, that's still like one of the art forms.
Want
That
to talk
like,
about tattooing,
let's talk about tattooing a little
dude?
bit.
Tattooing's awesome. It also drives me crazy though, because it's so opinionative. It's very subjective. Who likes what and what they think is good, and obviously there's you can tell who can apply a tattoo well and who cannot. But when it comes to the art aspect, there's so much to learn and to study and to focus on, and things that people like or people don't like, and the same people that like something might not like another thing that's equally as well done. It's just a different style of art. So having an apprentice is crazy because there's so many different avenues they can go down, right? So at our tattoo shop, we have about 7 artists. And when we take an apprentice, we give the apprentice to the whole shop. It's kind of uncommonly,
So it's like it takes a village to raise a child mentality.
kind of almost.
Yeah.
It's just different because usually it's a one-on-one thing, but like at our shop, all of our artists, we do a lot of different styles, and we're all really well versed, so it's kind of cool because an apprentice can kind of explore different avenues of art and not just one way of doing things, and even me as an artist, I've been tattooing almost 8 years now, and I mean for the first 3 or 4 years it was rough, dude. I was in shitty shops, and I was doing tattoos, and I was doing like, mediocre, like, I mean, passable stuff, things that people are like, oh, cool, thanks. They were never unhappy, but they weren't like, holy shit,
Yeah.
But I couldn't progress because I was just in these shops where everyone around me wasn't really reaching,
Yeah, they were.
and so finding myself in a good shop like the one I'm in now is made such a huge difference in my art because I'm learning so many different and I've already been doing this for so long, but like I'm still to this day, I've been in the shop I'm at Diamond Body Art right now for 2 years, a little over 2 years, and actually it's been like 2 years in less than a month. So I just had my 2-year anniversary there. And since I started there, man, all the artists there are phenomenal, and they're all super cool dudes. And it's like in the tattoo industry, a lot of times like people get this like God complex, and they're like, oh, like I do tattoos, and people think I'm so cool because I do tattoos, and like I have so much control over who gets what and what I do. And it's like, dude,
that's definitely evident. In
dude,
some
it's
of the
so
artists,
yeah,
some
it's
of
crazy.
the artists I've been to.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how often that happens, and I'm like, dude. To me, that's wild because, like, dude, without these people, like, coming to me and getting tattooed, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't be able to have this much fun and make this money and enjoy the things that I enjoy because of them,
Exactly.
And it's like, I'm so grateful for them. Like, it gives me goosebumps sometimes talking about it because, like, seriously, like, I can't count how many people have come to me and let me, like, shove a needle in their body, and change them for life, like literally physically alter their form.
I mean, when you look at it like that, though, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, and people don't, and like people will come to me and they don't even realize it, but it's like, dude, like I'm changing you for life right now.
Yeah,
and it's like it's
I'm gonna
wild.
Give you something
that's insane.
It's wild. And I'm so grateful for all the people. But so it's and that's something that you have to teach the apprentice. There's a lot of apprentices. I've fired an apprentice at our old shop because she wanted to come in and sit on her phone all day. And
was it the one that watched you do this on me?
No.
Inside?
Nope. That was one at the. Was that at the Gilbert shop?
Yeah.
Brandy. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was just kind of a.
Sorry, I just totally name dropped.
I mean,
Brandy, if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry, but you just weren't cutting it.
It was a first name. First name's not a name drop.
But no, for sure. But it's cool. Yeah. But then when I moved over to Mesa after we shut the Gilbert shop, we actually had 2 apprentices at once, Dallin and Carly, and they were great, dude. They went through their apprenticeship so quick. Especially Dallin had no idea of anything before he came in, and man, he like flew through it, and he's doing dope tattoos now, dude. I gotta say,
cool.
yeah, he's kicked it up, dude. It's cool. So
that's awesome,
and that just
to
shows
watch.
like how the way that we apprentice and what we do works, and it's so cool. There's a lot of places opening like schools. I have like 30 students and 2 teachers, and these people are like, oh, I'm tattooing now, and the tattoos look like garbage, and it's like it's so shitty because all these people who aren't tattoo artists are getting involved in the industry lately because it's become cool because of all these fucking TV shows.
Yeah.
God, dude, don't even get me started. All right. I'm gonna drink this now.
No, it's one of those things where an art form, like you got to have that relationship between, teacher and apprentice, and it's got to be such a personal
Man,
thing.
it's
I don't
almost
think you can do
it's
that at a
almost
fucking
spiritual,
school.
dude.
Yeah.
It's like literally, and especially because it's like it's the same setup with like electricians. They get apprentices, you learn side by side, but like being an electrician doesn't have emotion. It doesn't have passion. It doesn't have. I'm not saying that it doesn't have. Okay.
There's a level of creativity.
There is a level of creativity,
but when you're working
not
with
the
someone
same
and
thing.
changing their
Absolutely
body that they live in every day and stuff, there's a certain like level of like holy shit to it,
Well, there's a level in just in an electrician as well of safety as well.
Well, yeah,
It's
safety
like
and
you
stuff,
gotta
but
fucking do this so you don't burn down this house.
I just mean
and
like
murder all these
connection
people.
and like it's very personal.
Oh
as
yeah,
far as, like-
absolutely. Here's what I've always wanted out of law, right? Because for law, I went to law school. You got to go for 3 years after your regular 4-year degree, and then you have to study. You have to pay, another thousands of
Phenomenal
dollars
amount of
to
money,
study
yeah.
just to take a test, and then you have to pass this test, and that test says that you can be an attorney. You're licensed as an attorney.
Yeah.
But it's like back in the day, there used to be this route to being an attorney first, which is you apprenticed with another attorney.
Yeah.
And if you did that for a certain amount of time, like
be an
you
attorney.
could then go like take the test and be licensed to do it. That could count. And like the fact that they don't have apprenticeships in law, and because it's just such a money grab, seeing that you're
Right.
talking about they're putting schools for tattoo, and it's like, oh, what you're doing is you're capitalizing off the popularity of this, and you're creating a fucking money grab.
Tattooing is doing the same thing right now that
Yeah.
law school went through, and it's sad to see, and there's a lot of people that are still fighting for it and
Comedy does that too,
trying
though.
to guard the craft. But
Because, like, arguably, you could say that there's apprenticeship within, like, the art form of stand-up. And by that, I mean, like, a headliner taking a feature on the road.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
like, when you're a micer,
Teaching them the
you're
art
just
form.
an idiot yelling into the universe, you
Right.
know? But when you start getting booked and you start featuring and then someone takes you on the road, that's where you really learn to do the business.
Yeah.
And that's what being an apprentice at a tattoo shop is, learning to do the business.
yeah,
That's why I'm not gonna shit on anyone who feels that getting some form of comedy classes.
I think
helpful
comedy
in any
classes
way,
are
but to
okay
me,
because they kind of give you like a foundation to go from.
I'm saying that's fine for
Mechanics.
other people.
and see that, yeah, and that's cool. That's like kind of how art class would be to tattooing, not necessarily
Right.
a tattoo academy, but like taking like art school or like
Teaching
I've
you
taken
basics.
like different art classes and stuff
Yeah.
and studied that. So like even before tattooing, dude, I painted and I drew and I sketched and I created and that. I think has helped me more than anything
They all
else
bleed
in my
into it.
tattooing. Yeah,
you're an artist,
right.
Yeah.
And
You know what I
without
mean?
that background, I wouldn't be doing. I mean, I could be still doing it, and there's a lot of people that are doing it without being artists, but they're not.
But I think the people who are good at anything
Yeah.
are artists,
And that's
at heart,
any
you know what I
capacity.
mean?
There's so many comedians and there's so
Absolutely.
many lawyers and there's so many tattoo artists out there that to be successful, you really, really have to go above and beyond, because if you can't do it, there's somebody else out there that will.
Well, no,
And they'll do
exactly.
it for cheaper, you know.
And then
So,
and they'll do it every time too.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, every single time.
Yeah.
You just really gotta push yourself. And I like that. That's what I like about people though. Like that's what makes me respect people. And like I did see that when I met you. And we met in all of the weirdest places.
Yeah, so
like,
weird.
In
It was
line
so
for
random.
for
Trying to buy some weed.
in line trying to buy weed at the
I'm
dispensary.
Two for day.
looking at you
Two for
guys,
day.
and that's not fucking shocking.
Right, I know,
Like you guys
yeah.
told me that story. It's like, oh man, that's so weird that you guys would both be at a weed store
We're
at
like
the
a
same
discount Jay
time.
and Silent Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really were.
I love how
We
I'm
were.
talking shit.
I
like,
talk
don't
way too
fucking
much to be
smoke
Silent
weed,
Bob
but-
though.
Right.
Talk way too fucking much. What
More
actually?
like non-silent Bob.
What actually? So what actually got you into tattooing? Like when we
Man, okay. Wow. This is the craziest story, and it involves that matrix breaking thing again.
Okay.
That we'll talk about. So,
Listen,
Right
anytime
out of-
the Matrix breaks.
right
I'm a
out of
big
high
fan.
school, I had a group of friends, and I'd always been into art, and they had always been my friend, and we just, it's just a couple dudes, and one of them had bought a tattoo machine off eBay. He's like, "Hey, dude, you have
Sweet.
cool ass art, and I want you to tattoo me." I was like, "Dude, you're crazy."
That's weird.
Long story short, he came over. It was all in this little black box. I open it, and everything's in fucking pieces, and it's got this little tiny Chinese booklet.
Oh jeez.
And I figured out how to get it all together. YouTube, what up? So did a horrible tattoo. I actually have the first tattoo I ever did is on myself.
Yeah.
But
What was it?
it was an owl.
Is an owl?
And yeah. So I did a couple shitty tattoos on my friends, and that was fun. Cool. Let's do it. Whatever. So later on, I decided to visit Los Angeles to go visit this girl, which is, that's a whole nother story. We should talk about that because that's funny. I got some really.
You're the type of man that you probably have just like the worst relationship stories.
Oh, dude. Even my friends are like, "Man, you should like write a book or like something,
I'm
Like,
sure you
it's
just
like
attract
It's like a
crazy.
fucked up game show, and it's so weird because like I'm weird, but I'm a pretty normal guy, dude. I don't like go do crazy shit. I'm not like trying to pee on nobody.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty standard.
I mean, there's
just,
nothing
I
wrong
look
with the
crazy
little piss.
because my face
Bill's-
tattoos and my head
Nothing
tattoos, but I'm pretty
wrong
normal.
with a little pee.
Bill's a big fan of pee.
Big fan of pee over here. Not me peeing.
So
I'm
anyways,
just peeing off. You pee on me.
so I'm in LA because I went to visit this girl in high school that I went to high school with, and I was getting tattooed by this guy named Andy.
Shout
And,
out to Andy.
Shout out Andy. What up?
What up,
He's
Andy?
actually in Arizona right now, which
Is
is
he?
the weird part. So Andy's this old hippie dude, kind of like, "Oh, what's up, man?" Like, kind of like I took too much acid as a
All
kid,
right.
so now
I
I'm
know that
permanently
guy.
Right. Big frizzy hair, lived
Yeah.
on the beach his whole life.
Yep, know those dudes.
So he owns a shop on Hollywood Boulevard, and I'm in Hollywood, and I'm getting tattooed by him. And we're talking about tattoos, and some people came in and said some ignorant shit and then left. And he's like, "Man, I hate when people think I can just pull tattoos out of my ass. That shit's hard." And I was like, "Yo, I know, I've tried, and it's fucking hard as hell, it's hard." And he's like, "Oh," and we started talking like, he's like, "Well, show me what you did." And I showed him. He's like, "Dude," he's like, "You might be able to do this." And I'm like, "Stop," He's like, "No, come on." And we got up right then and there. My tattoo wasn't even finished, dude. So, well, I mean, like it was towards the end, but we went and he told me to go talk to this guy named Amir. And so I go talk to this guy and he's like, "Oh, you want a tattoo? Like, let me see your work." And I was like, "Well, I don't have any work, dude. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I want a tattoo for you." This guy told me to come talk to you. And he's like, "Okay, well, let me see you tattoo." And I was like, "Cool, like let me tattoo. Who am I tattooing?" And he's like, "You aren't tattooing anybody here. Are you crazy?" I was like, "But dude, I'm trying to get a job. What's up?" I was like, no. He's like, "Go home." I'm like, "Go home. I'm done with you." And I was like, "Man." I went back the next day. I was like, "So what's up, dude? I'm trying to work for you, man." And he's like, "Go find somebody and bring him in a tattoo, dude, because you can't tattoo a client." I was like, "I don't know anybody out here except this girl, but I'm not going to ask her to get a tattoo because she's hot as shit, and I'm not trying to like mess up a tattoo on her. She'd hate me forever, obviously. So, what's up, Allie?
That's real. That's
Yo,
real
no,
nice.
yeah,
that's real nice of you. You
Yeah,
probably
see, I was a
convinced her.
very polite. I could have
You
been like,
could've
yo, let me fuck
totally
these
convinced
tattoos
her.
up on you real quick.
Yeah, you
I
could have.
I could have, but I didn't.
You could have
because-
ruined that.
Yo, I mean, yeah, I was trying to set
See?
something up. So
Look at
no, but
nice man.
so I go and I tattoo myself. Because I'm like, dude, we're gonna do it and whatever. So
That's a
I did
good
it right
call.
above the first tattoo I did on myself of the owl. I did this tattoo, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was my first professional tattoo, I say, because I got the job. And since then, I've been tattooing.
That's a pretty
crazy.
hardcore first
Dude,
interview,
it was
though, like-
really
shit,
weird. Like,
dude.
I skipped all the bullshit. And, like, my tattoos weren't, like, I was talking about my apprentice. He's doing great now. He's doing good tattoos.
Yeah.
It took me about 2 years to get to where he is, and he's like a couple months out of his apprenticeship. So
See, that's
obviously, I
awesome.
had a bigger learning curve, and it was a struggle, and I hated myself for a long time, and I fucking hated tattooing. I want to chop my hands off and throw them in the river and never like even look back, but I didn't, and here I am, and I'm loving it, dude.
You
But
should
it was,
you should never do that because you wouldn't be able to jerk off either. Like fucking
dude,
tattooing.
two nubs.
You could
man.
nub
Like,
off.
You ain't
yeah.
gonna nub off. Then
Yeah, I'm
nobody
gonna
can
get
put-
them nubs.
Ain't nobody putting in that type of cardio to jerk off.
My little dick, dude, we're gonna start a fire. Come
Just
on.
tie your arms together and you can just
Come on, Maddie.
fuck your forearms.
How you gonna tie your arms together? You ain't got hands.
Once then,
Toes?
he
ties knots with the
smart.
toes?
Figure it out. I'm not worried
Yo, it
about
would be
that.
really
He's gonna
hard to
make
like
it.
jack off with your feet. I feel like.
Oh yeah, could you?
Like, I
imagine?
don't know if you can
I know
get
a guy
your
with
feet
just
right
hooks.
there.
I know a guy with hooks.
I know the same guy.
Do you? Really?
I play pool with him. Shout out John. What up?
You know?
Yo,
You know John? Oh my God! Oh, you know Higby?
What's up? Yeah, dude.
Oh, I love John Higby.
Yeah, man. So John, dude, I actually mentioned you to him. He was like, "Oh, I know Bill. I've met him several times. We do comedy sometimes and all this stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." Dude.
I've met him
So-
several times. Fuck John.
Well, I mean, like it was
I've
dude.
ridden to
This was
Tucson with
yo.
that fucking weirdo.
This was a long time ago though.
Oh, okay.
So I used to play pool with him at Lucky Break, which is no longer there. They changed the name or something.
Mm-hmm.
But and start out, I just see him and I'd say what up because he'd always like say like hey and stuff because
He's always
we all
wearing
went there, dude. And eventually, I was like, fuck it, dude. I was like, come play pool with us. Like, like what do you say to a guy? Like, I don't know,
He's Higby, man. He's a
Yes,
crazy guy.
but he was like, all right, dude. And he came and dude, he smashed it. He was playing really well. I was super
bet he
impressed.
did.
And like after that, dude, we fucking every time we went there, dude, always kicking it.
Higby's a crazy motherfucker.
That's awesome.
Yo, yeah,
Did
wild.
he ever tell you how he lost?
Yeah,
his
dude,
hand?
electrocuted.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh
serious?
man, in the
Yeah.
rain, dude.
Yeah,
Under
electrocuted
ASU,
under
he went to
ASU.
this electrical room, and it was raining, and yeah, dude, he said he should have been dead,
Yeah.
but he got electrocuted so bad, dude. They had to take his arms right above his elbows on
Holy
both sides.
shit.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know if I spoke too much. Sorry, John.
Nah, it's okay.
But
he
you're
doesn't
cool ass
listen.
dude. I miss
he
you.
doesn't listen.
I need to come. see
Listen,
him.
I was
All
going to
right,
make
cool.
you tell me that story anyways
Yeah.
because that's always one of those things that you want to know, but you don't want to ask.
I'm always the guy who asks.
Dude, yeah, if you ever run into him, try and play pool with him, dude. He'll kick your ass.
I'm sure he will.
Everyone
I'm a
will kick
proficient
my
pool
ass.
player, but
I'm-
he is.
I'm
Is
a
that-
fucking
is that
terrible
better?
pool
I mean, I can
Because I
keep
know
up
you
with,
always
but
like
yeah.
put out like a call. You put out. A
Oh,
call,
dude,
like,
I
who
play
wants to go
pool
play
all the time. I'm always accepting challengers. If anybody out there thinks they can beat me in pool, fuck off.
I can't. I'm not a good pool
Let's
player.
go.
fucking terrible.
Wherever.
I'm really bad at
And
it.
I should have spent enough time in fucking bars to be able to play pool well, but it
Well,
just
I mean,
doesn't
like
work.
an artist though, like and a tattooer, like he understands
There's an art
geometry.
to playing pool.
There's an art to playing pool. He sees the lines on the table, like he draws that motherfucker.
I think you need someone to teach you too, because there's fucking tricks on the
There
rails
definitely
and
are
shit
things that. No, I mean, even before rails, there's tricks to just hitting a solid stroke,
Right.
and
Right.
making the ball go where you want it, and all
Making
that
it
stuff.
stop, all
a
that
lot of
fucking
people will
shit.
hold their cues completely wrong, and they'll shoot and they'll just stand up straight, and it's like shooting a gun. You're not gonna look down on the gun and shoot. You want to
Right.
have it, so you gotta like kind of get in there.
I like to just hit it as hard as I can.
Yeah, see, and hope something goes in,
And
which
just
is
be like, fall off the table, balls. I like everyone in the bar to look at me, and I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I was dating this
fucking
girl,
did that.
and her dad came into town from the Philippines. He's not Filipino or anything, but he lived in the Philippines. So he came into town. I think he was like 72, dude. He
Yeah.
was an old geezer.
Yeah.
I could not keep up, dude. Like, holy fuck.
Thanks,
And we went to the seedy fucking biker bar in Apache Junction, right? And this guy was like, and he kicked my ass in pool.
Did he?
And like, I play pool a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm the best or even like half best, but I'm pretty damn good. But
Right.
he whooped my ass back and forth all night every time I played with him. And we're in this bar in AJ, dude, and there's literally like guys in there and like I'm not afraid of a lot of people. I've lived all over the map, dude. I've been in the
Right.
South, I've been in LA, whatever. I wouldn't fuck with the guys in this bar, but this guy, man, there's like 3 pool tables and we're on the very end. And he's like,
Methy? Was it methy?
yeah, you could say that.
That-
Bikery and
That
very,
always
like,
scares
Biker
me.
meth is always a scary one.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the scariest kind of meth for sure.
Yep.
Little like right
So-
behind trucker. Like
like
trucker
the
meth's
like
a
the
little bit
I've
less.
kind of given up kind of meth, so I
Yeah.
don't care if you.
Those guys that sit
Put
there
me
and
in
they like
prison,
shake their
kinda-
legs all the time. They like move
So-
their legs back and forth.
Yeah.
So there's 3 pool tables, right?
They got, like, a
and we're
giant
on the
mullet.
very end one, and there's people playing on both the other tables. And he's like, "Watch this." He's like, "I'm gonna bounce this cue ball off of our table to the next table and hit the 8 ball in." I'm like, "Bro, there's people that, like, you're fucking crazy, old man. Shut your mouth." Bro, he fucking fired this thing off, made that shit in. That thing went hurling, smacked on the table so fucking loud. Everybody was so
Did he make
impressed.
it?
He made no, he didn't make it, but he almost did. But he like, dude, he hit it, and I was just like, but like everybody was like, wow, dude, like what the fuck? But like nobody, I was like, dude, I started like I'm getting anxiety talking about it. I was so scared right then because dude, the whole bar just stopped to look at this old ass man, and it's my chick's dad, right? At the time, this girl I was dating, it's her dad, and I'm supposed to be
Right.
watching him. He's fucking 72 from the Philippines, like. I don't know, dude. It was wild.
That's
Oh
terrifying.
my god.
It was like, I don't know. It
Be
was
like,
bad.
oh man, I just got my.
That's how you're
my
an
chick's
old.
dad
That's how
killed.
you're an old ass man though, and like you
Yo,
get
for
respect.
real,
You know, like
when
they
you
just do crazy
yeah,
shit.
dude, you're just doing it.
Like, and
what
then
else do you
you're
have to
like,
live
what are you
for,
gonna
kind of
do?
thing. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
You're gonna
Kill
hit an
me?
old man,
You're gonna
right.
fucking do me a favor? You're gonna get my kids my life insurance policy paid out earlier than it should be.
It's
Right?
ridiculous.
It was crazy.
Rocco's a crybaby.
Rocco,
That's
Spain's
all right.
such a
Just
little
cries about
bitch.
shit.
But for real, I gotta take a piss. Where the bathroom at?
Bathroom is through the door, to the left, to the right.
To the
Damn,
left,
all right.
to the right,
To the left, to the right.
Don't
to
have
the
too
left,
much
to the
fun
right,
without
to the
me.
We
left,
won't. We
to the
won't.
right.
Maddie,
I'm not gonna have any fun without you.
What do you mean? What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing, Bill. You're great.
You not having fun with me anymore?
no.
Are you
you're
upset
wonderful.
with me,
No,
Matthew?
You're a fucking peach.
You just had my birthday.
You're a peach.
Just
Yeah,
celebrate
happy
me.
birthday,
Ugh.
you old piece of shit.
Ugh. I feel like an old piece of shit.
Yeah, that's happening.
Oh, it is, dude. It
Guess
is.
what? Guess what? Each one that comes from now on just gets fucking worse. You just feel older and less accomplished and more like, why am I even still alive?
You're not helping.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. No, Bill. Shit.
I already have that voice
you're
in
on-
my head.
you're on the
I
right
need the
track.
other one, Pop Pop. I need the other voice.
You're on the
I
right
need
track.
the other voice. You fuck.
You're doing great.
See, you really don't love me anymore.
You know what? You're gonna make it, Bill. Not a lot of people are gonna make it, but you are. All right.
Wow. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Listen. I'm pumping you up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want you to feel okay. I want you
You're
to feel
pumping
like,
me up like I'm some kind of air mattress right now.
and then I'm gonna lay on top of you and deflate you.
Ooh.
So that's what I do to air
That
mattresses.
sounds very sexual.
It is sexual.
It also sounds like you have a needle dick.
No.
Because you pop people.
It's not a needle.
No.
No. It's like one of those fat Sharpies. So it's like
The little ones, though.
no.
Just the
The
regular.
bigger ones, the
regular-
bigger, fatter
the
ones,
regular fat Sharpie.
like the big, like those stinky ass like markers, you know, like the big ones.
So you're saying you're like this, and then like this.
Let me see. Oh, a little less than that, buddy. Yeah, a little more than that. Yeah, somewhere in there. That's all right. Yeah.
Just in case anybody's wondering,
You just gotta point it in directions, you know,
this is why we shouldn't ever let our guest have to go to the bathroom.
because then we have to talk about my dick.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I mean, we just kind of got here. We were talking about me getting older first.
we were.
And
What
then
a
I just
slippery,
got-
what a slippery
just
fucking
got that
slope.
away from me.
What a slippery
It,
slope.
it's an uncomfortable feeling. I turned it back on you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
that
what meat
was
sweats is
tricky.
about.
Hey, what's
It's
up,
just
buddy?
Uncomfortable
Wow, look-
feelings.
Look,
You
you're
guys
back.
come here often?
Every once
He
in a while.
lives here.
I live here.
I come here sometimes.
He does. He spends the
down
night
there.
every once in a while.
Yeah. So what's up with all this art on the table? I feel like I should do something.
You're more than welcome to do something. I
feel like I was meant to do this right here.
I mean,
like, this is my shining moment.
It's definitely a
of this whole
shining
entire time
moment.
today.
It's like you can sit here and
Don't think Bill
hunker in
wasn't
on
going to
it.
be like, oh, you should write something on my table.
I didn't
before you
say. I
leave."
never tell anybody to do it.
Oh, you're an
I
artist.
just had
I
a
love your
strategically
artwork.
placed etching tool.
I'm just
Bro,
like,
I'm not even
oh,
going to tell
it's
you how he
because
paid
it's
for
art.
his tattoo.
Listen, I'm sure it was not sanitary, whatever it was.
It was actually one of the nicer ways I've ever paid for a tattoo. You know, he didn't hit me at least, which was
that's sweet.
I told him
gentlemanly.
he was very beautiful.
See,
See,
he's a nice
there you
guy.
go. See,
Nice guy.
he's very
He's
nice.
just a sweetheart.
He's a real sweetheart.
And I called him a whore a couple times.
Well, I deserved it.
Hey, he's a whore. I mean,
Yeah, I do have one of Travis. Everybody was like, who's this guy coming over today for the podcast? And I was like, yeah, he's one of my tattoo artists. He did the drugs thing on the wall.
drugs.
Fun thing about the drug sign.
I love drugs.
They're good. I like drugs too.
Fun thing about the drug sign. So the landlord was getting the house appraised, and we had already moved in, and that was on the wall. And right before the appraiser got there, the dog had shit right at the front door on the welcome mat. And so the appraiser knocks on the door. My landlord finds the shit, and he's like, "There's a dog in here. Can you?" And so the landlord or the appraiser does the outside first.
Yeah.
And so Kristen, he gets the fucking mat outside, and then the appraiser comes and he lights like an incense in here, and it because it always reeks like weed in here.
Right.
Speaking of,
Yeah, they're here. Here, this is beautiful.
yeah, I like this little magnet.
So,
It's nice.
isn't that
It's
cool?
fancy.
It's very fancy.
Fancy as fuck, dude.
It's super
You're never
fancy.
gonna lose your lighter.
Never ever.
You're probably still gonna lose your lighter.
I don't actually.
I don't have that much faith in you.
That lighter came with the house, and I still haven't lost it. Knock on wood.
You'll lose it today.
How dare you? You gonna steal it? You fucking thief!
I'm gonna
You
do.
fucking thief.
I'm gonna do what I
kick you
have
right
to
in the
do.
pee-pee.
I'm gonna do what I have to
I'm gonna
do.
kick you right in the peppers.
You can't get past my leg.
It's a big leg.
It's a lot of leg.
Almost got there.
It's
Almost got him right in the peppy.
It's a very shitty.
Yeah, I don't
shit.
smoke bongs often.
But when you do, you're on the Meat Sweats, the podcast.
When I do, I turn into a little Girl Scout.
That's okay. I do the same when I smoke.
Yeah.
When I smoke a joint.
Yo, see, I only smoke joints.
Do you really?
Well, dabs too, but like,
How do you like to do your dabbers? Do you do like a woodpecker? Do you do like a I'm talking?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Roadrunner.
Yeah, I call them woodpeckers. 'Cause you look
Do you
like
do a
woodpecker.
quail? Do you got the quail dabs over there? Billy wants to know if you've got quails.
So
watch
I
one of them-
actually I do use a Roadrunner. It's funny that you mentioned that because most of my dabbing is done on the go, dude. I'm honestly not home very much, and when I'm home, I'm relaxing and smoking joints. So I use a Roadrunner. They're tight. I also use a rig though.
Explain the Roadrunner.
It's like basically, you know what a nectar collector is? It's like a little tube, and you heat up the end, and you just suck through the other side.
Oh, okay.
Instead of having like the whole bong and everything.
Okay.
It's basically like a nail that's built into a tube.
Gotcha.
But they have little shapes so the smoke goes and cools down or what have you, you
Okay,
know? So,
okay.
but it's cool because it's like
just,
about
like-
this big and it's very portable and I can
Yeah.
You
be-
just light up the end of it and then peck it onto
Yeah.
a dab.
Somebody had a portable dab rig that was electric.
a
Yeah, they
cartridge
make
probably.
those like those.
There's probably a cartridge. I have those as well. I use those at wherever I am as well, but they're not quite as potent.
Now you got to get it super like.
It was pretty potent. I was puking, so I mean,
Puke?
Well, I mean,
I've
you
seen
probably
you
don't
puke
smoke
off a
the same.
Yeah.
no, I
mean-
absolutely not.
Well, and like it's still potent, but not as potent as like taking it straight from like a torch and a dab would be, you know.
Gotcha. It's fine. I'll just go fuck myself with my experience,
Dude, well, no,
guys.
honestly, dude, like I was
So little
so
bitch experiences, man.
I
What's
smoke
it?
a lot of
I'm a
weed
pussy.
because I have a lot of health issues, dude. I have these 2 muscle diseases. They're kind of crazy.
You were just saying that you're fucking healthy as shit despite all these things that you're doing, and now we find out.
No, this is what's really cool is because I have these muscle diseases that most people
Yeah.
are heavily medicated for. I'm not taking a single prescription. At the end of 2015, I was on 11 different medications
Jesus
a day
Christ.
almost. And dude, I quit them all. I was on Xanax for 10 years, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken Xanax?
I have taken Xanax.
How much did you take?
I don't even remember.
My brother used to
Was it a
take-
whole bar? Dude, I was on 7 milligrams a day.
My
2
brother
bars
used to
and a 3
take,
milligram extended release. That's more than the legal amount they're allowed to prescribe.
Yeah, I
but
don't think I was
somehow
taking that
on it.
much.
So,
My brother was in Klonopin, and I don't remember how
Same
much he was
shit,
taking.
same shit.
He was taking a bit of it. Though.
benzos are fucked, dude. I was on that
Benzos
shit
are
for
fucked.
10
Benzos are straight
10 years,
fucked.
dude.
It's-
10 years of my life. My brain hasn't been the same since I quit.
They are the most addictive of like everything. They're,
Yeah,
they are
they're
the
more
hardest
addictive
to
than
get
heroin.
off. Yep, they're the
So,
hardest to get
end
off
of 2015, I was like, fuck it, dude. I quit all of it. All fucking 11 medications at the same damn time, dude. I had all these crazy seizures and shit.
I bet.
But, dude, I've never felt better now. And I honestly, I might sound like that crazy guy, but I think it has to do with how much weed I smoke.
Yeah.
I get that.
No, it definitely does. Probably. I mean, like it's
Listen, I
it's
was
self
having-
medication, but I think like I definitely feel an overall better when I smoke weed than when I don't. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
like I took a month off.
I was feeling like when I was feeling really sick and like going to the doctor and shit. After smoking just a little bit of weed, I was like, man, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
It's like changed everything.
Yeah. And, it's not for everyone. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't do it. And it's like, well, then don't.
Well, then
Like,
don't.
No, some people,
Yeah.
some people can't. Some
sorry
people
for
they
you.
have
Yeah.
issues when they
I'm
smoke
sorry
it.
for
It
you.
fucks with their psyche.
I'm
They
sorry
can't
for
deal
the
with
people
it.
that
and-
can't deal. I really am because it's been nothing but a benefit to me when nothing else really helped. And like same thing for my brother. My brother like similar thing has like a chronic pain condition. He has like severe nerve degeneration from something.
from Bill beating the shit out of him his entire life.
It was just the one time that
All the time.
he caught it.
All the time.
And he
Bill, did you ever play any sports?
I wrestled.
Did you say I play wrestled?
I wrestled. No, I just said
wrestling.
I said I rest. I just said I wrestled.
played
I was just curious.
wrestling.
Sorry, that was really off topic.
No, I
I
just-
feel like you would have had a hockey family for some reason. So
No. I played hockey a little bit. And I never liked it.
you should have played it more.
Nah, I just thought it was.
Hockey's
just wasn't
fucking
for me.
great.
I didn't like skating. Like
I fucking love skating.
you know, like,
Skateboarding was my shit, dude.
I see. And I skateboarded a little bit, but I was like a little poser. Like I had like a Tony Hawk Pro Series like signature board from fucking CCS that like I used my birthday money to buy.
You're such a piece of shit.
I was such a piece of shit.
How
Such a
fucking
fucking
dare
little
you?
poser.
Dog.
How fucking
I was
dare
such a little
you?
poser.
Ugh.
Dude, yeah, I was doing it big, man. I used to skate.
Well, you still skate, don't you? Like, I mean,
I
there's
can,
been,
yeah.
There's
I'm
been
sure
recent pictures I've seen of you going down a half pipe.
Oh, all right. So yeah, my buddy built a half pipe in his backyard, and they're all BMX dudes, so it's a really steep dude, it's steep.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna skate it." I went and bought it. I hadn't skated in years, honestly.
Yeah.
like years, because all my muscle shit that I talked about.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Yo, fuck it, this is good enough, dude. I'm gonna go buy a skateboard." I went and bought a skateboard, dude. And I went and skated, and it was the scariest thing of my life. And I'm like, dude, I could fall and break my wrist and never be able to tattoo. I'm not wearing a helmet. What if I come out of this mentally handicapped? I'm
Yeah.
fucking like 3 beers deep, and I don't even drink usually. Sometimes I don't know.
Isn't that crazy? When
Yo,
you start
but
to
it was
realize
cool. It
you're
was
an
a lot of
adult?
fun, man. I'll see. Yeah, man, it really hit me how old I was
Fuck.
that day. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like,
It's a scary feeling,
I
isn't
feel,
it?
yeah,
No, it's
man. It
terrifying.
was so startling. But
I
you
had
know,
that
When
I-
all of a sudden your mortality is just right in your fucking face.
I
where
had
it's
that
like,
the
oh,
last
wait,
time
I'm
I was
not
on a
invincible
motorcycle.
anymore.
Yo,
Last
I
time
did it though,
put my
and
leg
I
up
had
on
a great
motorcycle,
time.
It was like,
That's fucking cool.
right?
This one I
I
almost.
can't
did shit.
fucking do
Yeah.
that.
I can't do that.
But yo, if you think this is cool, I used to like actually skate.
yeah.
One of the guys I used to skate with at Tempe Skate Park, man, his name's Aaron Homoki. He's now sponsored by Birdhouse. He's like skating with Tony Hawk and shit.
That's
That's
crazy.
really badass.
I mean, he was always leaps and bounds ahead of me, you know. But
Right.
it's just crazy to see like that people actually like took that and went with it, you know.
I mean, yeah, I could like, but that's what's cool is like to know that you're even rolling with somebody who's like going after something, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we were
even
never,
whatever
like-
direction it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's what like my friends that I have that are the people that are like really trying to do something, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like,
they're doing it.
They're doing it,
Yeah.
and they're really bad at it, badass
And
at it.
You know,
And
that's what's crazy
like,
to me. Is
You know,
like
like
I just can't wait for you to be one day, Bill. Like that's Matt Walker. He used to do my podcast with me.
Never say that. I would never say
Look
that.
at him now.
I would never say
man.
that.
Yo, it's crazy because like I was just actually talking about this the other day. I have this picture that I took of my friend in 2009. Her name's Brooke, and she didn't really like take all like she like dabbled in photography and stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to do it heavy back then, so it was cool. I took these pictures of her. Well, she actually ended up getting really heavy into it. Dude, she's taking pictures for Forever 21 now. Like, that's her
really cool.
only job.
That's fucking
dude,
awesome.
every day.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, she's doing it, man. And it's so crazy. So it's like, it's cool because she like grabs something and she's doing it.
Yeah.
Same with like one of my other friends, man. He wanted to do like VFX and stuff, and he's in LA now. And he's, man, one of his
I love
videos
that.
he did recently got nominated for Video of the Year for Migos and stuff. And
we
it's
have a friend who like he used to work at like an algae farm and got laid off, and he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start doing videos freelance. And he's really good.
yeah.
And like he just started going out on his own doing freelance video, and that's all he's been doing.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Like, so cool.
And like just watching your friend do that, someone you give a shit about.
I know this girl that's been doing photography for a long time, and she's super talented. But she works at like she used to work at like I think it was a call center. I'm not even sure honestly.
Yeah.
And she just recently, dude, like this month, like quit that to do photography full time. And she's been going to like the Bay and stuff. And dude, it's
That's
just
fucking awesome.
It's so cool to see all these people like.
I don't know anybody cool, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you do.
I don't.
You know me.
You know me.
now.
I mean, I know you guys.
Yeah.
I know you.
Buddy, I'm cool.
That's one cool
Look at
person.
me.
lit.
Yeah.
Bill,
It's lit,
I'm cool.
fam.
I got my hat on backwards.
Yo, what do you want me to draw on this table? I did a shitty eyeball, and I'm sorry because it's not.
You can draw whatever you want, buddy.
Well, I don't know what to draw. Otherwise,
Dealer's
I'm gonna ask
choice.
You.
Dealer's choice.
It's your art.
It's your art.
It's my art.
And it's now.
I still gotta go. I've been meaning to go back to Travis. I like fucking hate like tattoo money.
Yeah,
I
dude.
hate tattoo money because it's always like there's other shit I have to put
Dude,
into.
not even the
before a
money.
tattoo.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's so funny, and people always laugh at me when I say this. And I'm gonna say it really loud for the people in the back right now because people think it's so funny, but I can't stress to you how serious I am. I fucking hate getting tattooed so much.
It's awful.
And I have
It's awful.
tattoos everywhere, and I've been tattooed for probably over 100 hours, and I probably have over 100 tattoos, and I
Okay.
love the final result, but I fucking hate getting tattooed. so
Same.
much.
Same.
What is the equivalent of pain to something
It's
else?
not even like it's like I mean it's highly dependent on where you get it.
Okay.
Imagine 3 hours worth of
The
bee
palms of
stings
my
in some
hands
places.
were
It's time too.
intensely awful.
Yeah.
Ironically, my face tattoo didn't hurt for shit.
Really?
What?
A good way to gauge it, dude. Pinch yourself in the back of your arm.
Yeah.
Or pinch yourself in the side. Look, if you pinch your face, dude, you don't really feel it as much as you feel other places. The pain to tattooing doesn't have to do with nerve or bone or face or skin density. It's all where you have nerves.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all nerves because that's what you
sounds
feel
pain
pain through,
signals, yeah.
right? So your face doesn't have as many nerves as like, the inside of your arm would or like, your stomach. My stomach tattoo sucks. This was my first tattoo right here, and this was probably still on my
man.
top 5 most
I'm
painful
just
tattoos.
I'm just grabbing just right here and just thinking like
When I remember
Anywhere on
getting-
the front of the torso is generally not.
I remember
not the best
getting
idea.
even when I got my back done, because my back's all the way done.
Dude, I'm so afraid to get my back.
My spine, like when he'd hit like a spot on the spine, it would like shoot through and grab me by the belly button.
I don't know what
And it was
is.
like someone was pulling my belly button as he was tattooing.
I don't know what it is because I like these
it's
two
a
roses
fucking
dude,
achy
were about
feeling.
6 hours. This was about 4 hours.
Yeah.
I have all these stupid spots done. I have a tattoo that I sat through in one session that was 9.5 hours on the back of my calf behind my knee. It's
Christ.
a portrait of
What?
Voldemort from Harry Potter.
You monster.
that's awesome.
You monster.
So, but I'm so afraid to get my back done. I don't know if it's because I can't see it or if it's because I don't know what it is. Dude.
I got viked up.
But
I'm
I'm
not
like
gonna lie.
I'm not excited for my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get pain pilled up, like you take like a couple Vicodins.
That doesn't. I no.
They fucking good. They're fantastic for me.
Why not just smoke
I
a little
slept
weed?
through- dude, weed
highly
makes it
disagree.
worse.
Nope, I smoke.
Weed makes it worse for me.
I feel
makes it
like
way
Usually
worse.
I go completely sober. I mean, like I smoke, but I smoke all the time. But like
If I
usually
could, I'd go drunk.
I'd consider myself like getting tattooed sober. because I don't drink. I don't really like. I can't. I don't. I've never really taken opiates, dude. I had my appendix removed. And I had like 12
They're
staples in
really
my stomach,
great.
and
They're really great for when you're
I
in
dabbed
pain.
through it, dude.
When you're in
I didn't even take painkillers.
They really are. Like I had my
I love opiates way too much.
Dude, they would try to give me these pills that were like strong, and I was like, I don't take those. And they're like, well, we're gonna give you some Tylenol 3s, and I was like, I really am not even gonna take those. And they're like, well, we're gonna give them to you. I
The
still
3s
have
are
the whole
nothing.
fucking bottle.
Yeah, those are nothing. You gotta,
No, I
you
know.
gotta take a good.
But I didn't even take
you gotta
those.
take a
dude.
good
Bro, I
handful
didn't even
of
take
those to get
ibuprofen.
anything.
Honestly, like,
but like
I take
smoked pot.
I take ibuprofen.
I was
on
taking,
regular,
dude. I was
but-
taking dabs, and one time I coughed so hard,
20
I thought I was gonna pop a
milligrams
staple across the room.
of Vicodin.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll sit through any tattoo because I'm numb.
Well, I'll sit
100%.
I'll sit through the end of the fucking world on that.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I would sit for like on my back.
I would just be like-
sit
You know
for
what I
6
really want to
hours.
do? I want to take mushrooms and do a tattoo on someone on mushrooms, and like don't like no stencil.
I'd be
like,
game for that.
Yeah,
but yeah, Bill would totally
Like
let you do
seriously,
that.
no stencil,
I'll let
nothing.
you-
just
I'll let
like
you do that
give
to
me,
one of my
give me a spot. I'm gonna outline it with a Sharpie to see how much room I have.
I'll give you a spot on like
and
my
we're
leg.
just gonna like.
I'll give you a spot on
Bill,
my
are
leg.
you gonna be on
Go.
mushrooms too?
No,
No,
I,
no,
I,
you
I
can't.
wouldn't be,
No,
be
yeah,
able to.
no.
I wouldn't be able to be.
No way. You
That would be
cannot.
too-
You
I
would
could-
not
I
be able to
wouldn't be
get
able to
tattooed
sit
on
still.
mushrooms.
I wouldn't
Fuck
be
no.
able to sit
No,
still.
not even. But like, dude, that would be. I would.
It would be
Oh
excruciating.
my god! It wouldn't even be not even necessarily the pain, but just like it would just be scary.
The
dude.
trauma.
Like,
Yeah.
it would just be like holy. It would be.
I
too
couldn't
much
watch it
sensation.
at all.
Yeah.
You know, like
Here's-
just watching the needle stab
Am I
me.
talking too loud?
When
now?
I
No,
when
you're
I
fine.
finally snap, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Bill and I'm gonna lock him in a room and I'm gonna dose him up with mushrooms.
Why?
And then I'm gonna
doesn't
take a
sound bad,
camera.
actually, right
then I'm
now.
gonna take a camera. I'm gonna record him on a giant TV that he has to look at the whole time.
You give
And
me
then
food?
I'm gonna tattoo him.
Are you giving me food?
You're gonna tattoo him.
Then I'm gonna tattoo him. And
Yo.
he's gonna have to watch just the
Yo,
horrible
I'm gonna tell
shaky
you right
shit
now.
I'm putting all over him.
The first time you ever do a tattoo on a human, it is
Yeah.
the most terrifying experience, and a lot of people will back out.
Yeah.
I've had friends, and I've put my tattoo machine in their hands and said, tattoo me. My buddy Max, I was talking about in LA, that does the music videos. This
Yeah.
tattoo right here,
Yeah.
tattoo me, and he was always like, like cool. Well,
I could never.
he was nervous, dude. He was nervous as fuck, and he was barely. And I was like, dude, you got to get in there. So he got in there, but like, and
The
it's been a couple people, dude. And it's so funny because their hands will.
The guy who
Yeah.
did my he did like the little shitty tattoos, like the little black
Yeah.
tattoos in the back of my arm, my legs. He let me do a little bit on my leg in the diamond. He was just
Dude,
like,
on
"Look,
yourself is not as scary.
It's
though.
not. It's not as scary.
No.
I couldn't imagine doing somebody else.
Imagine if I asked you to tattoo me. And I
No,
said, "Here."
I'd say fuck you. Go
no,
away.
dude.
I can't
well,
do
no,
that,
and
'cause
even
I
if you
wouldn't
were
wanna
about
fuck
it,
you up.
even if you wanted to do it, when you got there, you would be like, "Oh, what do I do now?"
I can't imagine how
Yo.
the gun feels in your hands
The
when it's
first
on.
client I ever tattooed that was like paying that I didn't know, like the first just like
Regular person.
regular
civilian.
shop, dude. And I told him, I was like, dude, I am so sorry, and I promise I'm gonna give you a great tattoo, but my heart is pounding right now because you are the first like. I even
Oh,
told him, and he was
man.
like, dude, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you. I was like, oh my god,
That's
so
cool
So
as
right then and
shit.
there, I was like, dude, let's
Yeah.
do this. And honestly, it helped a lot because I was like, that was like comforting.
Pumped you
I
up,
was
yeah.
like, cool, dude. Like especially like because like I started tattooing, dude. My first shop I tattooed at was on Hollywood Boulevard, Walk of Fame, man.
Yeah.
I tattooed there for 5 years.
That's crazy.
And
That's such a
the amount
what a
of
murderer's
people,
row to get, like,
yeah, dude,
started
that's
on,
that's
you know?
tattoo boot camp. If
Yeah.
you tattoo there, dude, like all day, every day, man. I worked 12 hours a day, 15 hours a day.
People just
whatever,
coming
dude.
in for flash.
Yeah, all day, stars and palm trees. But it was
Yep.
cool, man, and it was cool. Like it was just a lot. It was a lot, and it was strict. Like the guy ran it. I mean, and I love him to
You
death.
learned how to clean your shit real fast. You learned how to fucking
and like
burn
the guy
and
who owned
turn.
it, dude, I love him to death, and he's a great guy, and I have a spot in my heart for him because of he gave me this opportunity, So, but he was strict, and he ran that shit strict, and there was no room for like whatever, So, but it was cool, man. It taught me a lot, and honestly, I don't think I'd be able to do it as well as I do because I made it through that, And you have to like a lot of people try and they don't last long.
I mean, that was your apprenticeship, though.
Yeah,
Like, that was you
basically,
coming of age as
dude.
a
That's why I
tattoo
call
artist.
it boot camp, man,
Yeah.
because it wasn't quite an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
but yeah,
Because you were tattooing, you're making money
yeah.
for it.
So
Like
it was cool, but it was definitely a lot. But
I always love like kind of the startings of a tattoo. I have a buddy who's like he's a good friend, and I watched his evolution as a tattooer. Like he just kind of fell into it as like a kid who was an artist in town, and then started an apprenticeship. Then the dude he was apprenticing under like got caught with like kiddie porn, and just got fucking shipped off to prison.
Yo,
So this kid just kind of stepped into that. He was a kid.
I had a similar situation, honestly. I paid this guy here in the Valley, and I'm not going to name the shop, $2,500 to apprentice with him. Because, and I had already been tattooing in LA, and I came back to Arizona for a minute, and I thought I was going to stay here, but like it didn't work out, so I went back to LA. So I paid him $2,500 to apprentice under him. And he's like, okay, well, you've already been tattooing, so you're going to keep tattooing. And I'm like, that's cool, but like within reason, right? And he's like, yeah, da-da-da. So I was doing little simple tattoos, and like he kept getting stricter and stricter. And like on like my 5th day there, dude, this kid came in for a realistic Buddha portrait, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, do this tattoo. And I'm like, dude, I've never done realism, and I don't usually do black and gray, like I can't do that, and I'm not comfortable doing it. Like, can I watch you do it or something? He's like, no, you want a tattoo? Well, you have to do a tattoo. What the fuck? So I did it, but I used only like the lightest gray wash, right? I didn't want to go too dark in case it wasn't the best and he could get it fixed, So it was cool. I was trying to be logical, but still like, do what I need to do to get by. So, the kid was like cool on it, but like tattoos lighten up with gray wash. So after it healed up, he came back in about 3-4 weeks later. I was like, hey man, I love this, but like it's really light. Can we make it darker? And he talked to the guy who owns the shop first, and he was like, oh, you messed up the tattoo, you're fired. And so he's like, he wasn't there, and he's like, go get your stuff, And I went back to get my stuff. And his little like minion dude that ran the shop when he wasn't there, like tried to get in my face and shit. And I was like, dude, what the hell? And he's like, yeah, man, I don't even know why blank, I don't want to say his name.
Yeah.
Hired you, because he's still in business and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know why this guy hired you, and you should never be tattooing and da-da-da. And he's like, and you want to say that you're a tattoo artist? And I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm just trying to like get through an apprenticeship and like keep my head down, and he's making me do portraits. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, wait, what? He's like, what do you mean apprentice? And I was like, dude, I paid this guy $2,500 to apprentice me the first day I was here.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm here. I have a letter like that he signed saying, like, a receipt saying that I paid him to apprentice me. And he was like, he never told me that. What? And like apparently nobody there knew I was trying to apprentice, because the dude hadn't taught me shit. And obviously, like, it was the first month, dude, so I didn't know much. But yeah, he was a real piece of shit, dude. And honestly, I heard that recently he's been under investigation for like that same stuff. That little CP,
man.
Bro. He had a camera in his bathroom and shit or something.
What?
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
So
That
I mean, that's what I've heard. So, and see, that's why I didn't say his name.
Fuck this piece
Otherwise,
of shit.
fuck him. Yeah,
Fuck him.
He's
Fuck you,
he's
you
a
nameless
real
piece of shit.
Piece of shit, bro. And he's this old fucking. He used to always message my girlfriend because he called himself a photographer, and his photos are fucking horrible. Because I'm in that industry too.
Yeah.
Right.
So he used to always message my girlfriend, dude, every fucking day. And
Just, hey, what's up? Let me take your picture.
like, yeah, hey, when are you coming in to model for me? When are we doing this? When are we doing this? And she'd always tell him, like, hey, I'm not really interested. And I'd tell him, and he kept doing it, dude. And it's like, I felt like I couldn't speak out because I don't, trying to get through my apprenticeship, but like, it was stupid.
See,
but
well, motherfucker.
eventually I called him out on it. He got really butthurt because he was like, he wanted me to teach him Photoshop and stuff. And I was just like, dude, like, I don't do that anymore. But you need to stop messaging my chick, honestly, because like,
What a
she's
motherfucker.
and I tried to play it off like my chick was just mad and like I didn't really mind, but it was fucked off, dude. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. So
Yeah, what a monster.
yeah, the tattoo industry has actually had this like real like movement lately where all these sexual predators have been getting called out and stuff, and it's actually creating a huge like wave in response.
good.
And it's great, dude. It's great. It's so fucking cool to see that like people are finally speaking out because everybody just talks about it, but nobody like has ever like really made a thing about it. And it's about time that it's happened, but to the extent that it's happened is like mind-boggling. Like even I'm surprised. I'm in the industry, like
Right.
There's so many creepy fucks
oh,
in the
dude,
world.
it's horrible.
And I
It's
mean, there's
horrible.
no HR. There's never
Right,
an HR
exactly.
department in a tattoo
It's
shop.
so yeah, exactly. There's
know?
no
And we were talking about outside, like it still carries a bit of a negative connotation
dude, yeah.
everywhere. You
so
know,
it's
like
it's
so
it's a crazy corner of
there's some people that don't look at it like art. You know.
yeah, it's crazy, dude.
I hear you.
Anyway, we've been going for about an hour 20. I know you got another engagement, so we'll get you out of here, big hoss.
For sure.
What's your details on the onlines? Where can people find you?
Yo, Instagram, you can see my tattoos. It's JUCEBOX.
Juicebox.